okay. Yep, that was probably the most random thing in channel update history at the beginning of the video. Yes. Welcome to another channel update video. That's right. Of the spring season. Yes. You hear this music? That's right. This time I'm playing Euro Truck Simulator 2. Oh yeah. So spring is here. Although in Louisiana where I live, South Louisiana, it came like 3 to 4 weeks ago, but spring season and the calendar year is officially here, which means I have to do another channel update. I can't believe it's already been, I have to do another one already. Felt like I just did the last one not too long ago, but so yeah, I'm going to talk about the type of content that I'm going to be doing during the spring season. Remember last year in the spring, I did a whole bunch of live streams of me playing the old truck simulators, such as the 18 Wheels of Steel, Euro Truck Simulator, Bus Driver, all from the SCS software, as well as the old Hunting Unlimited games. Yep. I play them all in order. I might want to get back into playing those old games. Not all of them, though, but maybe some. So, yeah, because I grew up playing 18 Wheels of Steel, American Long Haul, and Holland. Those games are almost 20 years old. And I grew up playing Hunting Unlimited 2008 and 10. And they're still great. I mean, I like the hunting ones more. See, because, you guys know that American Truck Simulator is my #1 favorite game. And ever since I started doing that series, it's kind of weird playing the old versions of Truck Simulator. Whereas the hunting games, I've never played a hunting simulator. I've never played any of the today's hunting games. It's always been the old ones. So, yeah. Anyways. Oh, first of all, I like the shirt that I'm wearing. Super Mario. Hey, T-Bone, you're the MVP of this channel. You have this shirt, right? Yep, you still do? You still have this shirt? So, yeah. Speaking of Mario, yep, I know that the Super Mario Galaxy movie's coming out soon on April the 1st. Yes, I'm still planning on seeing that movie with my friends. And I just saw them the other night. So, yeah, I'll talk more about that on my podcast. Yes, for those of you that still don't know, I made an official podcast on this channel called Eric's Top News. Okay, I started that January 31st, so almost 2 months ago as of this recording. All right, and I would do one about every 2 weeks. Okay, last episode was on what? I think it was a week ago. So most likely I'll do one more before the end of this month. So I would usually do 2 a month. As of right now, I would do 2 a month. One during the first half of the month, and then one before the month ends. So I'll do another one towards the end of March. All right. And yeah, it's a podcast of me talking more about my channel, some behind the scenes stories. Last time I was in Houston not too long ago, and if you want to hear my story of me in Houston, go ahead and listen to the latest episode of Eric's Top News. And speaking of podcasts, I have another one called Keith Sports News KSN. That's a different channel. You're going to have to type that in, or I put the link, I put the channel link in the description of Eric Super Magnificent, if that makes sense. The channel description has Keith Sports News linked on there. All right. So yeah, and then I'll still do these channel updates throughout the year. So we are in spring season already, I know. So you guys know that this channel's mainly vlogging and gaming. All right, let's talk about the vlogging part first. So I have quite a lot of unreleased vlogs, mainly from the spring and summer seasons, and I didn't want to release those during the winter season, right? So, such as walking videos. Remember last year I did quite a bit of videos of me walking at parks? Well, I have a few more, so I would like to release those during the spring season, and I'm going to try and record more walking videos before it gets really, really hot. Before you know it, the hot summer heat will be back where I live, because it'll feel like summer here for like 5 months. So unless if I wake up really early, which I'm not an early bird person, So yeah, I have some unreleased walking videos. I actually have some unreleased tennis videos of me and my friends. Yeah. So I'm not gonna say who, but if you're familiar with faces, if you watch a lot of my vlogs and you're familiar with, my friends' names and their faces. So yeah, I got unreleased vlogs, and I'll release some of the recent vlogs that I did. All right. Yeah, some outdoor videos. I mean, a lot of the vlogs are outdoors anyways, or at, throughout the year I'll go to someone's parties, and I would usually do a video there, or some shorts. Speaking of shorts, yeah, a lot of the shorts are random, okay? I have a few unreleased shorts, but a lot of times I don't wait too long until I release a certain short, Okay. Yeah, you guys know I have two cameras, the digital camera, this right here, and the GoPro, which is this. And I use both of those cameras at the St. Patrick's Day Parade, which is where I got this. Yep, got this at the St. Patty's Day Parade, in case if you're wondering. It's kind of, look at this dude. He's so happy. This is like the happiest jockey ever. Yep. Yeah. All right. So, you guys know I record a lot. I do, but I don't want to release a bunch of videos every day. I like to spread them out, which is why I always have a bunch of unreleased videos. Like I'll never run out. It seems like, So yeah, I know for a fact I have some unreleased walking videos at the parks. So I'm gonna try and release those before the summer, and I'm gonna try and record more at other parks that I've never done a video there before, because I usually try out different parks, So, and some of them I'll do narration, like a voiceover, like I'll re-record the video clips and then I'll do narration, like commentary, or I do that because while I was recording at those parks, I was listening to my favorite podcasts, in my earbuds. So yeah, that's that. So yeah, some unreleased vlogs, and then I'll release some of the recent vlogs that I recorded there. Now, for gaming, you guys know that I'm on a break of American Truck Simulator. Yep, this is my off season. I know it's still my number one favorite game, but I would like, sometimes I take breaks of my favorite game because I want to, try out other games too, So this is my off season. I don't know when I'll be back, but because last year like a whole year ago, it was also the off season during the spring season, and I came back on June the 1st. So I don't know if I'll wait that long, or maybe I'll come back sooner. But this is the time for me to play more Euro Truck Simulator 2, which is why I'm playing the game's soundtracks. So I have some unreleased Euro Truck Simulator 2 videos with my friends, and then I want to release those first. Okay, so I think it's like 2 more episodes of that. And after I release those, I would like to get back into that game, live streaming it, So see what else I can do in that game. Because obviously, I'm not going to play that game as much as American Truck Simulator. I would play that game a lot more if I lived in Europe. I'm sure the European players, they play Euro Truck Simulator 2 a lot more than American Truck Simulator because they live in Europe. It makes sense. So, yeah, I'd like to get back into that game. And some old simulator games, such as, from a whole year ago, like the old 18 Wheels of Steel and the old Hunting Unlimited. Mainly the old Hunting Unlimited. And those games are on Steam, okay? And speaking of Steam, I am looking at my Steam library. I bought a lot of games on Steam. Because if you have Steam, every year Steam would have these sales throughout the year. The 2 biggest sales are the winter sale and the summer sale. And I try to, during the sales, I would try to browse through their store and just look at a bunch of games that seem interesting, and then I would add them to my wish list, and then I would buy them, especially when they're on sale. So I bought a bunch of games from the sales that I've never played before, and most of those games that I bought, I've never played before. So, because, a lot of times when I play a game, I would record the gameplay. So, yeah, I bought, I bought quite a bit of games that I've never played before, but they looked interesting. Mainly simulator games. So yeah, I would like to get into some other types of simulator games that I bought that I've never played before. All right, I'm not gonna name the games, but I bought them because I found them interesting and it was during the sale. All right, some of these games are old, such as the old 18 Wheels of Steel games, the old Hunting Unlimited games. Remember, I mentioned last year I did live streams of all those games in order. I might get back into playing some of those, not all of them, but maybe a few. And yeah, there's just a lot of great, interesting games out there. All right, now, so that's on PC. Okay. Now, what about Nintendo games? Yeah. As you guys know, I grew up playing Super Mario. I love playing Super Mario. The Super Mario Galaxy movie is on its way. And because of that, I would like to do live streams of me playing Super Mario Galaxy. Mainly because of the upcoming movie. Yeah. I did a series of Mario Galaxy 1 from a couple of years ago. Alright. There's a playlist you can find. I have a lot of playlists, but playlists, they help. Alright. So I did a series of Mario Galaxy 1. It's funny because that started, I think, back in 2017, the game's 10th anniversary at the time. Back then, I would record my old TV screen with my old digital camera, okay? And then a couple years later, I finally got my own PC, and then I finally was able to do Nintendo videos because I got a capture device and a microphone and a webcam and all that good stuff. and then I got into live streaming. Remember that 9-hour stream I did with my friend Brad of Super Luigi Galaxy? Yeah. But yeah, that was in 2022, so it's been a couple of years, right? So yeah, I would like to get back into Mario Galaxy. I might play 1 and 2, but mainly 1. Okay, Mario Galaxy 1. Because of the movie. It makes sense, right? I bet there's a lot of people that are going to do that or have been doing that. So I don't know when I'll start that, but I would like to start that soon. Yeah. I don't know when. I'm still gonna. Like I said earlier, I'm still gonna plan on seeing the movie with my friends, but I don't know when we'll see it. We're not gonna see it on opening night though. But anyways, yeah, I would like to play some Mario Galaxy. But I'm not going to get every single star. I don't know how many streams I'll do, but I'm not going to get every single star. I'll just do whatever I can do, alright? Because I already beat the game, you know? So, yeah. So that'll be exciting. Other Mario games I would like to get into. Remember back in November, I started a series of Mario Kart DS and Mario Sports Mix, because Mario Kart DS, it hit its 20th anniversary at the time, and Mario Sports Mix on the Wii, it hit its 15th anniversary at the time. Yeah, I like to do these series of these games when they hit their anniversary. One game that I just finished a series on is Diner Dash 2 Restaurant Rescue. That game also hit its 20th anniversary. Because I like to look up the release dates. Oh yeah, when did this game came out, you know? Hey, later this year, the Nintendo 64 came out, 1996, right? I know Mario 64 came out in 1996 for sure, in the summer, 30 years, almost 30 years ago, and then later in November, it'll be 20 years since the Nintendo Wii came out. And I've said this before, I still have my old Wii, and I said this multiple times that I would like to do a video to see if it still works, and I still haven't got a chance to. I keep forgetting. At some point I will, one of these days. But I found it. It's in the guest room. Remember the guest room that I used to be in? With the green walls in the background? Well, in that closet has the original Wii in it, so that's interesting. Yeah. Later in the spring, I will say this, there is another Super Mario game that I would like to do a series on, and that is new Super Mario Bros. On the DS. Yes. Why? Because not only I grew up playing that game, it's also because that game is approaching its 20th anniversary. I think it came out in the month of May of 2006, so about 2 months. Yeah, I'm gonna wait until that game's anniversary. Let me see, I can look that up right now. New Super Mario Bros. DS. Hey, and remember, I did a series of new Super Mario Bros. On the Wii. That was a success. May 15th, 2006. That was when new Super Mario Bros. On the Wii, on the DS came out. So yeah, I'm gonna start that series on May 15th, 2026. So yeah, that is another Super Mario game that I'd like to do a series on, as well as Galaxy. Well, Mario Galaxy, it'll be live streams, because I've already played that before. I already did a series on that game, but Mario Bros. DS, no, never done a series of that game. And remember, I don't have a DS. I don't have an actual DS handheld console. Remember that special gaming console I got over a year ago? The Kinhank Pro. Remember that? Remember I did videos on that? Yeah, that's where I played Mario Kart DS, and it has Mario Bros. DS, and it works. The game does work. So that's great. Yeah, I made sure it works, so that's good. That console has a whole bunch of old retro games. Yeah. All right, so I think that's about it. Yeah, so to recap, unreleased vlogs, me walking at parks. I do have unreleased videos with my friends, so I'll try to release those as well. Vlogging and gaming. All right. For the gaming, I like to do, for PC, Euro Truck Simulator 2. After I release those 2 unreleased videos, I like to do some live streams on that game. Get back into that game during the American Truck Simulator's off season. And I would like to get back into maybe some of the old simulator games, like the old Hunting Unlimited games that I grew up playing, just for the fun of it. A game that I would like to get back, another game that I would like to get back into on Steam is Beam NG Drive. I almost forgot to mention that. Yeah, I remember back in last year in the summer, I did some live streams of that game. Then I stopped. I would like to get back into that game. That is CC Games / Animal Time Shorts #1 favorite game. And then I would like to get back. I would like to get into games that I've never played before that I bought from the Steam's sales, which are mainly simulator games. Yeah, I bought quite a lot of other simulator games. There's no way I'm going to be able to play all of them, but I would like to get into some of them, some of the games I've never played before, because I found them interesting. Eventually, I got to play them, right? I bought them for a reason. But yeah, it'll be exciting. And then, of course, for Nintendo, mainly Mario games, Mario Galaxy because of the upcoming movie, and then Mario Bros. On the DS. All right. Oh, my goodness gracious. I almost forgot to mention this. To me, this is the biggest announcement. I somehow almost forgot to mention this. For those of you that are sports fans, remember that series I did? Remember I did a series of Mario Super Sluggers, that Mario baseball game? And I did, not too long ago, I did 2 episodes with my own commentary voice. Like I'm pretending like I'm an announcer while playing the game. Yeah, like a baseball announcer. I think some of y'all enjoyed that. For those of you that enjoyed that, thank you so much. Yeah, I officially did 30 episodes in a span of, 4 years, I think? Either 3 or 4. Well, anyways, if you are a sports fan, because, I mentioned I have a sports talk channel named Keith Sports News KSN. They recently just had something called the World Baseball Classic, the WBC, which was a very success. And I was at a game, okay, in Houston. Well, I'm thinking because that was a big success, I would like to do my own version of that for Mario Super Sluggers. Why not? Why not? I kind of planned this about a week ago, and I'm going to try and start that later this week. Yes, my own version of the World Baseball Classic for Mario Super Sluggers. Yes. How exciting is that? I'm actually excited myself. So if you're a baseball fan, and if you are also a Super Mario fan like me, you should be excited for this. And I'm going to talk more about this in a separate video. I'm going to break it all down into details to tell you how this works. I'll make a separate video on that. all right, to tell you how this tournament works. Yeah, because I really want I was really hoping. It's a shame that Nintendo never made another Mario baseball game. I mean, they made one before Sluggers, but that was on the GameCube. The latest one is on the Wii, the Super Sluggers. Why hasn't Nintendo made another Mario baseball game since 2008? That was when Super Sluggers came out. And recently they made another Mario Tennis game. Like, what the heck? Isn't this like the 6th Mario Tennis game? Yeah, on the Switch 2. I don't have the Switch 2, by the way. None of my friends have it either. Like my real life friends, none of them have it. And I don't plan on getting that anytime soon because I don't know, I'm just not interested in it. I guess it's because lately, I mean, I still have my Switch 1. Lately, I haven't been playing any Nintendo games on the Switch. To be honest with you, I think I play my Wii U more. Because that's the console I grew up playing, you know? I don't have a DS. Well, I have a 2DS, but it's not the same as a DS Lite, you know? I grew up with a DS Lite. So, yeah. But anyways, like I said, I'll talk more about the Mario Super Sluggers big tournament that I'm planning on doing. And yeah, I'll do a separate video on that. Yeah, featuring these characters. They're all in it. And I'll do some posts on that as well. It's going to be very exciting. It'll be like my own version of Mario Baseball in the Olympics, you know? So yeah. All right, guys, that's it. The music stopped. So time for me to end this video. So thank you so much for watching. I'll talk more about throughout the spring season on my podcast, Eric's Top News, because that podcast is about me talking more about my channel, the big videos, behind the scenes that are not on camera, you know, like story time telling, all right? And, of course, my sports talk channel. So, yeah. All right, guys. Happy spring season. Easter. One last thing. Easter's coming up. I usually do a Roblox Easter stream. Yeah, I'm planning on doing that again as a yearly tradition. A Roblox Easter stream on April 5th, Sunday night. All right? So that's coming up soon. So yeah, got quite a bit of big plans on this channel for the spring season. Thanks for watching this channel update video. Peace out.